Hello guys, welcome back to Aussies with Stories. I'm your guest host Alan Carr. Today I'm taking over the podcast and I'm here with a very special guest. Cuss D'Amato.
How you doing?
I'm good, how are you?
Very important.
Pardon me?
I'm feeling very important.
You're feeling important?
Every day I get up.
Yes, what and what do you do once you get up?
Don't worry about it.
Oh, well, all right. And how's the afterlife going for you? Cuss?
I never went, man.
Oh, you never went?
No, I had stuff to do.
Oh, like, are you still training boxers and fighters and all that?
Yeah, I'm training rats.
Oh, you're training rats now?
Yes, I'm training rats.
Oh, to do what?
To train turtles.
To train turtles to do what?
Be ninjas.
Really?
I train the rats.
How do you train them?
You gotta get inside the mind.
How would you do that?
You wouldn't understand with rats.
I know I wouldn't, but could you put put it into words somehow?
Hypnotism.
Oh, right. And how does it begin?
Well,
you put them to sleep?
Yeah, I can put rats to sleep. I do not need to. With the rats are easy.
Well, they just listen to you.
Rats got small minds, small brains.
Right. And so you train them to train the turtles?
Yeah.
And the turtles, what are they going to do?
Well, whatever they need to do.
So you're just really training
Depends where they live.
To be themselves and to live their best life, really.
Fight crime.
Oh, and fight crime, yes. And where does it begin? Does it have to begin in the mind, or does the body come first as well? Is it equally important, the body, or, are they all the same? Or not the same, I mean.
Well, the body's a vessel.
Right.
And it can do what the mind allows it to do.
Yes. Right.
What's wrong? It's all right, you can talk, man.
Nothing. I'm getting a semi.
What do you mean by that?
Look, I have to put something on the table, Cuss.
What is it?
I'm a gay man.
Oh.
Yes. And I'm feeling a little bit hot around the collar.
Why, you turned on by me?
A little bit. Well, you're just such a man. You're sitting there smoking and it's quite lovely.
I'm quite old.
And what do you think about gay men? Do you approve of it?
Of course.
Oh, really?
Yes, I studied the great conquerors of the world. I studied war.
Right.
I studied war a lot of time.
Right, and how does that correlate to homosexuals? How do you accept them more because you studied the conquerors? Because look, I know you're from a different time, and it wasn't really accepted back then to be, gay or like sucking a fat cock or something.
You're completely wrong.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's a new thing, the dislike of the gays.
Yes, right.
Some of the great conquerors were gay.
Oh, really? Like
full-blown fags.
Like who?
Alexander the Great.
He was gay, really?
Poofta.
Wow.
But that was fine. You see, once the church came in, that's when the whole gay thing started to be bad. Because God, it didn't make sense,
Right.
But as you see, and it's what people already knew, that it's just a theory of evolution. So,
Right, no, absolutely.
If you like being gay, it's what you like, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I think even gay people are more evolved than, our straight compatriots.
Why is your identity stuck around being gay for?
Well, I just like it. People think I'm fun and funny because I have this, this aura of me that I love. I have fun. I shout. I wear these glasses and I do my show.
For entertainment purposes.
Well, yes, it's all entertainment, isn't it, Cuss?
What about when you're just by yourself? What about when it's you versus you in the mirror?
Well, I suck my own cock. Yeah, absolutely.
What? Sorry, I think I heard something else.
No, I'm more gay when I'm by myself. I'm toning it down for you because I think you wouldn't quite understand my love of cock and of just men, gaping men and their muscles. Like, I don't know how you did it. I know how you trained all your boxers like that and didn't get, some thoughts. Have you ever had a gay thought, Carr?
Of course, every day.
Really?
Yeah, I've got some right now.
Well, that's interesting.
But for me, a gay thought is like if I don't want to be hard. A gay thought is I don't want to do the extra mile. That's a gay thought to me.
Right.
And they come and I squash them like bugs.
Right. So,
But you see, when you talk to me, I don't just listen to all your gay stuff. I see you in the eyes. I see who's behind there.
Well, I'd hope not. Yes, I know.
So take it easy. Do whatever you want to do.
No, I know. I can seem
Gay it up.
quite theatrical and all that, but at the core of it, I'm still just a man like you, who's fascinated with the mind and the body. And
When did you first get gay?
Oh, well, I first realised I was about 6 years old.
Quite young for a man.
Yes, I believe it was, and that's how I know it's
You're a developer. I like this.
Well, thank you, and it was just in me as an intuition, and I just felt, there's a boy in my class called Kevin, and, one day we stared into each other's eyes and...
At 6 years old?
6 years old, yes.
Jesus.
Yeah, so we couldn't really make sense of it yet, but we both knew...
Kevin was gay too?
Well, he must have been, because the way we kissed...
I remember I trained a Kevin. Irish.
Oh, really? Kevin...
6'5".
Kevin
pale,
McNeely.
Red hair. Man, he could fight. He was tough.
Right, and...
The drugs got him.
How would you define... toughness, Cass?
Toughness is doing what needs to be done.
Right, in the face of everything.
Like a shield is tough. It does what it needs to be done.
Right. So it's resilience, really. Is that?
Yeah, it's resilience, but also the bamboo tree that sways is much stronger than the tree that's not willing to sway,
Well, completely.
So toughness is not just being rigged like an old oak tree, like what do you got out here? Gum trees.
Right.
Not like that. They snap in half when things get hard.
Well,
you got to be out of sway.
So you can be too tough, is what you're saying.
Well, you can be too rigid.
So yes, probably too tough.
No, I'm not saying. I'm saying that is not toughness.
Right. So what is toughness?
Toughness is doing what needs to be done. Toughness could be doing the dishes.
Right. When you
Toughness could be looking after old people in a nursery home.
Right.
It could be helping a lady across the street when you got to go that extra mile.
When you don't really want to.
When things get tough.
You have to piss and you...
You step up to the plate.
Right, yes.
Yeah, if you need to take a piss and you're on the couch, you got to get up. You got to be tough. You got to do that extra work.
And what do you think about feet?
Very touchy subject that you brought up.
Why?
And I respect you for this.
I know footwork in boxing is a complete science in itself. And, what do you teach your fighters and your lovers about feet?
Well, to be honest with you, I try and break barriers.
Yes.
1 second.
Go on, please. Oh, I love the way you suck that cigarette. Carr.
Take it easy, man.
Sorry.
So I break barriers with my trainers. I get in their minds. I work out what makes them tick. I really break all those walls down because I just know how to break walls down within people, especially young men.
Right. And what would be...
Because I was a young man once,
Oh, of course.
I wasn't always perfect.
Right,
But I get inside the minds of these young men. I get to the core of them,
You weren't always this eternal being, were you?
Well, I guess we all are.
Yes, but I don't think so. I think we all...
Well.
Grow...
Just let me answer this question first.
All right.
You asked me a question, I want to answer it.
Go on.
Don't ask the question unless you want to hear the answer.
Put the gun down, cuss.
I'll put you down, boy.
Yes, go on.
I get inside their minds. I break down their walls. All right, you see, we are born pure in this world. Mm-hmm. I'll tell you that right now. Even you, and you like bloody putting dicks up your ass. You're born pure too.
There's nothing more pure, cuss.
Oh, I don't know about that. It's personal preference. Pureness is different. We're not all born the same, but we're all born pure. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Thank you. That was good. Anyway, I get inside their minds. The thing is, you're born pure, but life's tough. You know, we share this earth with a lot of people.
Of course.
Like I said, we're born pure, we're born different, and we got to share this earth.
Right.
And there's 7 deadly sins, and a lot of greed going around here, all right?
Can you name 3?
I can, sloth, betrayal.
What does sloth mean?
Sloth means being lazy.
Oh, right, that's really what you're all about.
Sloth is someone who's not tough.
Here's what did you answer the question?
Not yet.
Right, go on.
I break all these walls down that you need to build. And then I get into them. And then I break down the walls between the mind and the feet. You see? Yeah. I don't train the man. I train the man to allow his feet to be feet.
Right. Yeah, I completely understand.
Like a horse trotting.
So do you believe feet are kind of their own separate entity in a way?
100%.
And
feet have their own life form.
Right, and you have to take the reins of that really, and you know. Control
Astro
them.
Boy.
I do, yes.
You know how he has those fire out of his feet?
Yes, jet boots.
Well, that's exactly what bare feet are like. They have fire. They can converse. They are the one between earth and human, a passage of energy. And the way that we suppress our feet by covering them up, especially with rubber, is a detriment to society.
So do you make all your boxers train bare feet? You don't believe in boxing boots?
No, but you have to wear them in an actual fight.
Why is that?
Well, like I said, you have to have the ability to change and adapt.
Right.
If my fighters could fight bare feet, it would be a beautiful spectacle. It would be absolutely gorgeous. People would come from miles to watch that. But the society we live in makes them wear boots, big lace-up boots. So I teach them how to fight wearing boots, because that's how they make their money.
Well, here's another one for you, Cass. What do you find that the biggest wall that comes up in an individual who is growing and dealing with life and childhood, when, as you said, people are always pure as they're born in their eternal form, and the pressures of society and all of that can build up these walls? What would you say has been the most not necessarily
I know
common,
what you're saying.
But yes,
it's a beautiful question, and thank you for asking.
Well, thank you.
The biggest wall, and the one that I break very fast, it's the first wall I look for, is actually the spectrum of sexuality.
Right.
And I find they're trying to always adjust their sexuality to fit in with society. A lot of...
Are you talking about the need for sex?
I'm talking about the male and the feminine urges coming from within.
Right.
You see, a lot of men are straight.
So there's
a spectrum.
Not just the pursuit of love, but just the pursuit of sex and,
The primal need for connection, yes.
Right, okay. You think that is the biggest detriment to...
Not a detriment, a wall.
Well, isn't a wall a detriment, Cuss?
Not always. You need walls to live out here in this society.
Right, you need walls to climb over, which makes you stronger in turn.
You can have walls, but you need to know they've been put up.
By
yourself.
By yourself, well...
So you can take them down, you can put them up, but it's up to you. You're not restrained by walls.
Right.
Because you know them. And they may always be there. You got to find a way through them or around them. But that's fine. You got to know they're there.
And how do you get your fighters through the urge, to fuck and to be...
I don't get them through it. I work out where they are, and I use that to my advantage to train them.
Do you...
So for you, for example, you're on the very far spectrum of homosexuality.
Right.
See, you come to me as a 15-year-old boy, you maybe haven't really come to terms and acceptance with that. and I get inside your mind and understand, and I use that to manipulate who you are. And I say, hey man, it's okay, I know you're attracted to this, but this is what Alexander the Great did, and that's fine. You can be who you are, you can be the best version of who you are.
So, right, when you say manipulate, are you manipulating the way you think I should be, or are you doing it from the inside out? Well,
I'm manipulating the walls to get to the true self.
Right. Okay, I think I understand, Carl. Sorry, I'm new to all this fighting business.
Yeah, it's like Yeah, I can tell. I appreciate it. I like new fans. You know, people get...
Well, I'm always trying to expand my mind, you know, even if it's, you know, something so aggressive like punching another man in the mouth or, a liver shot. I hear liver shots.
Is there anything else you want to expand?
About fighting?
In your body.
Oh, what do you mean?
I'll send you up on one of those Alan Carr jokes, you know?
Well, maybe later.
That's brilliant.
Thank you.
What I want to know about... A lot of people, as I was saying before, a lot of people get pretentious about boxing. The purity of boxing cannot be untarnished. What brings eyes to the boxing, whether it be this little gay man wearing a pink suit talking to me, that's okay. The purity of boxing cannot be untarnished.
Right, and what do you think? Why is it so pure? Because it's just I guess it was the original, the original blood sport or fight sport after, the
it's
Colosseum.
It's a dance between two men that desperately want to make love.
Oh, is that what it's about, really?
Of course.
Is that what they're
That's
fighting?
That's what I've been saying to you.
They're fighting their urges away.
Why would you want to fight someone if you didn't love them?
Well, that's true. You wouldn't care enough, would you? To throw your fists at them.
It's about suppressing sexuality and finding a way to make love without, dick going in the rectum.
So would you say when your fighters aren't in love with the other man, they will lose, and that is your philosophy?
That was my philosophy for a long time.
Right. Has it changed?
Yes, it's changed.
To what?
Well, now I make them fall in love with themselves.
Right, yes, that sounds...
Deeply in love with themselves.
And how does that...
And every single person they fight is threatening that.
Oh, right. So
they're defending someone they love.
Right. So it's turned quite the opposite direction, really. Because once it was about loving everyone more, and now it's loving yourself more than everyone. And if there's a threat to that, then you'd fight them.
That's the tragedy of a fighting game, but yes.
Well, that sounds quite... I don't know.
So it's very difficult for conquerors to go back and live in everyday lives.
As they do all the time these days.
No, it's not true.
Well, if you look at, Donald Trump, a man who wants to be a sort of conqueror.
Donald Trump is a good friend of mine.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he trained with me.
Well, how it wouldn't be possible for him to, coagulate back into society.
That's a good point.
And, well, that's the point you made, Cass. I'm just, riffing off of your point.
Yeah, I'm saying it's very difficult.
Oh, I like when you do that, by the way.
I don't want to.
Well, just keep touching it, it's fine. But I forget if we...
Right there?
Yeah. Well, that's great. You should stop. I'm getting a bit too...
I never quit.
I'm getting a semi again.
You said that before.
Well, it just helps me get back to, being myself.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
Anyway. What makes you tick?
What makes me tick? Well...
What gets the big hand and the little hand moving? You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying. Well...
What's the batteries in your engine?
Well, look, I might...
What's the fuel in your tires? Tank.
Well, for as long as I know, Cass,
Yeah.
my identity has been being gay, of course.
I could tell, yeah.
As we've been talking about.
Yes, at length.
And now that I realize it's just about, I wanted to be loved by everyone.
Of course. Don't we all?
Well, absolutely. And it's all just, it's being aware of it. And that's really what makes me tick. It's just an awareness of everything. And I'll be aware one day when I just want cock for the sake of it, it comes out of a habit.
That's a very self-centered tick, I'll be honest with you.
Well, what's your tick? Is your tick not self-centered?
No, my tics is people who don't look both ways before crossing a road,
Oh, right. How would you define tick?
Something that
pisses you off. Well,
yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, something that makes you tick.
Do you mean pet peeve? Maybe.
No, I don't even have a pet.
Well, neither do I. Not gay enough. But no, well, something that pisses me off.
What makes you tick?
Maybe when people think I'm trying to be showy. I'm not. It's just who I am. Yeah, so that really ticks me off sometimes, and yeah, that's that. I thought you meant, what makes me tick, what gets me going. I'm pretty sure you did say that. But yeah, that's both of those answers. How about, Cuss, have you ever been married?
Twice.
To two women?
Humans.
To two humans. Were they both men? I mean, both women?
Both chicks, yeah. I never went the gay way.
But you thought about it.
I thought about it.
Well, that's great.
I explored it.
How'd you explore it?
Oh. I'll tell you how.
Well, please do.
I'll tell you how I explored it.
Go on.
At the gym, there was a little hole. And it doesn't really matter what end of the hole you're at. Something's coming in, something's going out.
Right, what happened? Did something go in or did something come out?
A bit of both.
Oh, really?
Over 2 decades worth of. And then one day I thought, hey, I'm not about that.
You did it for 2 decades?
2 decades and some change.
Every day? Did you ever meet the man?
Men.
How do you know it was more than one?
Oh, you could tell. Oh, you could tell. Come on, man.
Right. That's a good point. Well, how did it first start? Did it maybe a big one? Did it just poke through and you thought,
one day I was sitting there, I was doing a deep meditation while I was taking a shit.
Right.
And then something touched me on the cheek.
Right.
Something touched me on the cheek, and then I thought it was something else. When you ever been in a deep meditation?
Touched on the cheek, on your face.
Have you ever been in a deep meditation? You ever transcended time?
Once,
have you ever lost all materialistic?
Once a fellow was a bit too big, and I quite had to go somewhere else.
Oh, Jesus Christ. For 2 seconds, could you just... Anyway, I was doing a deep meditation.
Right.
And something touched me on the cheek.
Yeah, okay.
I thought it was my great-grand.
Oh, right.
Because she had recently passed.
And you thought you were hallucinating or something?
I thought that I had reached somewhere that we could, exchange.
So did that...
Thought I met her in the middle, you know what I'm saying?
Did that carry over into completing the act? Is that why?
Well, then I thought, hey, Annie Grant, how are you? I started touching her face. I started kissing her on the cheek, you know what I'm saying? I said, oh, it's great to meet you. I can feel her energy.
Right.
And then she spat on me.
Whoa.
She spat on me repetitively.
But did you...
And then I came to.
And you knew...
And someone had come on my face.
Well, yeah, I understood.
And that's when I thought, hey, that ain't half bad. Right. And then I ventured with that. I went down that little rabbit hole.
And that's how it turned you on, really?
Well, I just thought, hey, that's not so bad.
Or did you take it as kind of a lesson from life and the universe that, something was If something just happened to contact you through a means of a cock.
It's how I did most of my spiritual work.
Right.
I would sit there and take a shit in a deep meditation, and then something would always happen, you know?
Right.
Sometimes it'll be Arnie Grant, sometimes it'll be Big Boy Benny, sometimes it'll be Mary Jane who lived down the lane. But I always learned something.
Well, that's
and that's how I'm better than you.
Well, all right.
All right, buddy.
Well, you
Quit looking at the clock.
You didn't have to.
You're
go,
weak.
You didn't have to go there.
I've channeled something here. All right.
What do you mean?
I've channeled something.
What?
This is Brett.
Brett?
Yeah, your father.
Oh.
I'm talking. Your father's talking right to you.
How did you know my father's name was Brett?
It's me.
It's you, Dad?
It's me.
Oh my God.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm sorry, man.
It's okay.
I didn't know.
I know.
Now I know.
I know.
And I'm sorry, man. You must have felt so alone. I'm your daddy.
I did.
I should have been there for you, man.
But I know you were your own man, and you had your own.
I played football, man. You know, we didn't.
Right, you were into footy, and I was, doing other stuff. I was gay, and
I just couldn't.
I know you couldn't understand it, and we drifted apart, and I.
Hey, what's going on here?
Whoa, cuss. On.
Oh, did he speak through me?
Oh, you have to bring him back. I was talking to my father.
I'm ready, man. I can come in and out whenever I want.
Oh, thank God.
For 2 more minutes.
Oh, shit, really? Oh, well, we better have a reconciliation.
How you been?
No, I've been okay. I'm on a podcast now. Yes.
With Koss.
And you know what? I'm not really gay anymore.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't
Were you doing
like
that as
it.
a rebellion for me?
Absolutely, yeah.
So I should have just left it and you would have been straight.
Well, it's all just, getting back to myself. You sent me one way, and now I'm back.
That's exactly why I come back.
Daddy, thank you.
I love you, mate.
I love you.
Doing me proud. Hey, take it easy. It's me again, man. What are you doing? You kiss your dad like that?
Well, only twice.
Including that one?
No.
Okay. That's 3.
All right, well, Carss, we have to wrap up.
Oh, no, I've got time.
Yes, but I have other appointments.
What have you got on, man?
Well, you don't really want to know. You think I'm talking about gay stuff too much.
You're not gay anymore.
Well, I still go to the parties.
What, you going to a party? Can I come?
You want to come?
I'm lonely, man.
Really?
Yeah.
Well,
I don't even like boxing.
Really?
I just did it because I was fat.
Because you were flat.
I was flat. I was down.
Right.
And then I went and I started boxing. I was no good at it. I wasn't a natural.
Right.
But I got a way that if I'm not good enough to be a boxer, I'll be the guy who trains the boxers. I'll be the guy the boxers come to.
Of course.
You know what I mean?
Of course, yes. So you turned into just a man who was fascinated
If I can't dance, I'll make the music.
Fascinated.
I'll make them dance to my tunes.
Not only by the art of boxing, but by of people. And what makes them tick and all that. Wouldn't you say?
Well...
So you're really just a man who's fascinated by people. And that's why I've loved every second of you touching that.